This is the second part of topic A on page 97, starting with the revisions pane. Another way to collaborate with other authors on presentations is by comparing two versions of the same document. The revisions pane lets you compare two versions of a presentation and then merge particular elements of the two. You can decide to accept or reject any differences between the presentation you have opened and the presentation that you are comparing it with. So here I have my presentation of Video Production 101. Let's say I sent a copy of this to another user and they made some suggestions or corrections and they sent me their copy back as a revised copy. I can actually compare the two presentations together and accept or reject any changes from them. To do this, I want to go up to the Review tab on my ribbon, and in my Compare command group, here I have a Compare command. I'm going to select this, and this is going to open the Choose File to Merge with Current Presentation dialog box. And I want to go and navigate to where my revised presentation file is located. So here in my Collaborating on a Presentation folder, I have Video Production 101, the revised copy. So I'm going to select that and click on my Merge button, and it's going to merge both of these presentations together. You can see to the right-hand side, this opens a Revisions pane. And this will show any of the slide changes that have been made to the presentation. You can see in slide number 1, this was a change that I myself made. In the last lesson video, remember I made a comment on this particular slide. So it shows that for me. It shows example slide comment. I can, in my compare group on my ribbon, I can move to the next change. And this shows a text placeholder to the equipment and basics. A change was made to this. You can see deleted basics and inserted fundamentals. And these are all checkboxes on this change icon. If I select this checkbox, it's going to show me the preview of what the change would be with all changes accepted. So it would change this to equipment and fundamentals. I can move on to the next change. It shows deleted the term terminology. And you can see as it's checked on and off, you can toggle between what the original was and what the change was. So that last bullet point of terminology was deleted on this one. I can go ahead and move to the next change. It shows all changes to content placeholder, the table contents. You can see on this one, it added mics, cables, and stands to that second cell of our table. And then on this change on slide number 6, it deleted You Know the Basics, and it inserted up next shooting, importing, and editing your video. So again, you can toggle between the original and the changed version. And up on your Review tab of your ribbon in your Compare group, you can choose to accept or reject any of these changes. So I'm going to reject this change on slide number 6. You can see it returns back to the original. So you would go through and, take a look at each change that your partner on this collaboration has made to your presentation. You would go through and accept, reject each of these changes. And once you go through and make those changes, then in your Compare group, you would want to end the review. And you'll get a message from Microsoft PowerPoint. Are you sure you want to end the review for Video Production 101? This will end the review, and any unapplied changes will be discarded. So anything you did not accept or reject will be thrown out the window and kept as the original. So I'm going to click Yes here. You can see it closes out my revisions pane. I'm still in my presentation, Video Production 101. And any changes that I would have accepted would be then added to this presentation, and I could save it on my quick access toolbar. So an easy way to collaborate with other users. Any changes they make in a copy of your presentation, again, they can save it back to you, and then you could compare those two versions. Your next video will be Activity 7.2 on page 99.